Assalamu alaikum, welcome to another new analysis video from Build Tech Pro. So right now the four things you see on the screen are from an analysis we did yesterday. So yesterday we provided a trade setup. As you are surely aware, we recommended taking a 1 o'clock buy entry between $4,440 and $4,445. We mentioned this to you and also discussed the stop loss for that setup. We told you to use it. You can see yesterday's mark around $4,424. And we predicted that yesterday the market could go up to a maximum of $4,500. And Alhamdulillah, the idea we had was fully reflected in the market. The market crossed the $4,000 to $500 mark. Thank God. For those of you who diligently followed our detailed trade setup yesterday, we sincerely hope you were truly able to book a substantial amount of profits. So, today we will endeavor to thoroughly understand what precise condition the financial market will realistically be in today. But before we officially start the main and crucial discussion, let's take a comprehensive look at today's important economic calendars. So, if we take a close look at today's economic calendar, we can clearly observe that it is indeed a very busy day with a substantial amount of important data scheduled for its official release. Some of this crucial information has already been released and some are still eagerly pending. Among these numerous and significant data points, one of the absolute most important, especially since we are discussing the dollar versus gold, is we want to keep the news and all related developments concerning the dollar index as our primary and central focus. So, we can clearly see that the crucial ADP employment change report for the month of December will soon be officially released. If the economic data comes out precisely as anticipated and expected, we strongly anticipate that the dollar might experience a noticeable weakening somewhat at that particular moment, meaning it could weaken. And then there's another piece of news, the ISM Services PMI, which is also a report for December. There's another news item as well, the job openings report for November. If we successfully get the anticipated data from each and every one of these important news releases, then we anticipate that the dollar might weaken somewhat at that time. However, all of this depends on the actual data that comes out after the news is released. The main discussion can only be had based on that data. So for now, it's better not to discuss this topic. After the news is released, we will try to discuss it then. So let's go back to the chart now. Let's try to see what today's trade setup should look like for us. I'm currently deleting this outdated and detailed analysis. So since gold is coming down a bit from $4,500, it's coming down a bit from $4,500, and trading in the gold market today might be a bit difficult. That's because the market is positioned quite high. And as you know, in our last video, we discussed that due to some current geopolitical tensions, the market is in a volatile state. For example, America. There are also other issues like ongoing aggression. Traders are mainly focusing on those aspects. Then there's another reason. As you know, China and Russia, their central banks are stockpiling gold. As a result, the price of gold has been rising like this. So considering all these factors, and since gold is currently in a strong buy trend, we are advising you to stay on the buy side today as well. Therefore, let's look at from which points in the market you can open an entry. We are marking those points for you. You can take a look at them. For example, we are advising that if we find the market around $4,440 to $4,445, then we can definitely open a buy entry from here. If our buy trade, for example, goes into a significant loss, meaning it truly draws down, then we can potentially open a recovery entry point around the precise $4,410. And we can effectively use a stop loss for all of these potential trades. 4,000 below $4,400, that is $44.90. In areas like 88, 90, 95, and so on. And we're thinking that the market could also go near $4,500 today. If we find the market at $4,500, then from there we can open a sell order. Let me mark the price. 4,500, 4,495. Between $4,000 and $4,500, we can open a sell order. And if for any reason our sell goes into a loss, then we can open a recovery order between $4,516 and $4,520, and we can use stop loss for all these trades. Around $4,440. I'm setting the stop loss color to red since our stop loss color is red. So this is our brief trade setup. We hope that you will manage your trades nicely according to this trade setup. With that hope, I take my leave. See you in the next video. Allah Hafiz.